Okay, so I'd like to welcome everybody today that is watching this. Thank you for taking a few minutes of your time to have a look at what we are calling the Ultimate Plan B. And yes, that is Terry and Art Manville there you see in front of you. And the Ultimate Plan B, we had an epiphany a couple of months ago, and what you would call one of those aha moments that we actually were in possession and involved in with what we call the ultimate plan B. We have that in our hands, and we think this is what the ultimate plan B would look like. You'd be able to work from home. I believe your home is your castle, and that's the place that you should spend your time. That's where the family is meant to be, is at home. You get to live wherever you want in the ultimate plan B. We live in the country on 5 acres, a long ways away from everybody. We love living in the country. So wherever you decide you'd like to live, in the ultimate plan B, you can, as I said, be with your family, call your own shots. The ultimate plan B should have a small investment so everybody can get in on it, and it should have $1 million potential in 2 to 5 years. You know, this is how most people live, don't they? You know, a couple of months ago, we actually had to leave our house and go out into this. On the freeway at rush hour and gosh, we looked at this and we thought, oh my gosh, people are doing this every day for 40 years. And we were just absolutely stunned. We didn't realize, I guess, what we really had in our hands. This is what we look like when we're working. We're not on one of those freeways. This is my famous picture of what I look like when I'm working. In fact, to be honest with you, I look a lot like that right now. Same color shirt, got the jogging pants on, my famous slippers. That's how I think the ultimate plan B looks like. And our home is our castle. We love living at home. And, living at home is way more economical. Have you ever stopped to think how much money you spend working between driving, between your gas money, between your lunch money, between your clothes money, between your daycare money, between not having enough time to cook and eat at home so you're bringing in takeout, or how many extra times you go out to eat. It's expensive to work, and it's not a lot of fun. So that's what we look like when we're working. Now, just over, I would say 10 years ago, we were driving this truck. This was our primary method of transportation. And we've had a lot of our challenges over the last 20 plus years of working from home, looking for the ultimate plan B. We've definitely had our ups and downs. We paid $600 for this truck, and we put on over 100,000 miles. And I don't want to even tell you all the things that we sold and did out of the back of that truck to make a living over those years. And you can see this truck, its beauty was definitely within. And I will tell you this truck would never break down when we were broke. So I love this truck, and we still have it. It's like a relic up on the top of our property. As opposed to 18 months ago, writing a check for a brand new Infiniti. In fact, that's the second car since we got involved with this, what we're calling the ultimate plan B, that we've written a check for. So a slight change in our financial well-being. Many of you have heard this story before. Timing is everything in business. And I just wonder how many people out there have read any of Robert Kiyosaki's book, like Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Raise your hands if you're watching this. And what does he say? If I had to do it over and over again rather than build an old style type of business, I would have started building a network marketing business. You see, his rich dad was his friend's entrepreneurial father who knew how to make wealth, and his poor dad was his highly educated father, or all he knew how to do was make a living. And what most of you may not know is that Robert Kiyosaki also has a wonderful book that I really love called The Business School, all about network marketing, and it's the business for people who like helping people. Highly recommend you get a copy of that. So what do these guys know that you don't know? They know that network marketing is one of the hottest trends in business. Take Warren Buffett up here in the top left-hand corner, one of the richest men in the world and a world-renowned investor. His strategy is to buy something that he knows is going to be strong for 10 years and invest heavily in it. And he has invested in 3 network marketing companies, including Pampered Chef. We've got Donald Trump and Robert Kiyosaki in this book, Why You Want to Be Rich, David Bach. All these wonderful authors recommend network marketing. So If some of you are still holding on to any of your negative thoughts and attitudes about network marketing, I think it's simply time to grow up and re-educate yourself, because those kinds of attitudes do not create wealth for you. So I would also think that most of you would agree that there's a wellness revolution going on right now. And the baby boomers are getting old and they don't like it. Alternative health is hot. And this is a book by Paul Zane Pilsner, a famous economist. And of course, he's predicting that the wellness industry is going to grow into the next trillion-dollar industry in the next 5 to 7 years. And I'll tell you this, people are spending billions of dollars on nutritional supplements today, and they have absolutely no idea whether they're helping or not. And in a minute or two, we're going to show you something that really works. So in June of 2003, we were sitting around our house. We woke up one morning, and the company we were with, no one was answering the telephones. And we had just basically lost our income overnight, didn't know what to do next when we heard about this hot new company that was already taking the industry by storm. Basically got a fax from somebody we didn't know, and they were talking all about this mangosteen fruit. And in the top right-hand corner, you'll see a picture of one of our founders, Joe Morton. And Joe had grown up in the health and wellness industry, and while working in Southeast Asia, he bumped into this mangosteen fruit. And, you know, he's always on the lookout for like new products, and he always had this dream of bringing some great new product to the market. And when he heard about the mangosteen and all of these centuries of folk medicine and all the benefits that people, he thought, wow, this could be it. This might be the one. And so he got a hold of his brother, Dr. David Morton, on the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, and asked him if there was any research to back up why is it that this fruit seems to be helping so many people. And what they discovered was a 1.5 foot thick stack of research papers all about what they were found in the fruit called xanthones. And if you're wondering what is it within this mangosteen fruit that is unique, that is helping people get well, one of the secrets are these xanthones. And this is what sets it apart from every single product on the market today. That's what makes it unique. And we have many other things within this fruit that are also beneficial, but this is what makes us unique. One of the things they've discovered, besides the fact that it's an antioxidant, is that the mangosteen seems to be a great anti-inflammatory. And, you know, there's plenty of antioxidants out there, and I think it's a good thing to take them, but there's not many natural anti-inflammatories out there. And this is the reason I believe that this product is so important today to your health. Because what are we finding out there in the marketplace? Hardly a month goes by when you don't hear about chronic inflammation, or like in this Time magazine article, what they're calling the secret killer, silent inflammation. In other words, chronic inflammation may be the engine that drives many of the most feared illnesses of middle and old age. Inflammation is probably the background and driving force behind all major age-related diseases. Another article, as you will see here in Newsweek magazine. Amazing stuff coming out on inflammation. Another one just came out this week that I don't have time to really talk about. At the same time, we have a problem happening out there. I would call it sick care versus health care. The medical profession is primarily involved in sick care, and some of the anti-inflammatory drugs that people have been counting on have been under tremendous scrutiny. Vioxx, Bextra, you've probably heard all of the horror stories. So while the anti-inflammatory drugs are under scrutiny, we have a natural alternative. Now, I think you're starting to see why we are growing so fast. We are a category creator. We're the first company to bring the mangosteen fruit to market. It's consumable. It tastes absolutely delicious. Yes, we have plenty of science. If you haven't been to PubMed.com, go in there, type in mangosteen, see the research for yourself, and it works, you know? I mean, you just flat out helps you. It makes you feel better, and if you get on it for 30, 60, or perhaps as much as 90 days, you're going to see the incredible benefits in your own body, which I believe is the greatest laboratory in the world. Find out for yourself. And what about prevention? Isn't it important to take care of our health? And this is what Dr. J. Frederick Templeman had to say. I'm convinced that the mangosteen will, without a doubt, be the most successful food supplement ever. He did that about 5 years ago. Guess what? It already is one of them. And I'll tell you this: it's one thing to have a great product, and I think we have the most incredible product that you could ever imagine. But if you don't have a management team that has the vision and the know-how to bring that product to the market, it isn't going to happen, is it? So Zango was founded in November of 2002 by this incredible team of gentlemen. And, we've got over 100 years of experience in the industry in these gentlemen, including Gary Hollister, the former CEO of Merle Norman, that helped guide them from $60 million to $250 million a year. So they knew what they had in their hands actually before they launched this company, and they handpicked the rest of the team because they already had the vision before they launched to be a billion-dollar company. One of the smart things and wonderful things that they did right away is they associated themselves with a charitable pledge of 7% of net profits, and they are the largest donator to Operation Kids. Millions of dollars have been donated to charity. Now, look at this. Isn't this something? Yes, this is an incredible little chart here. And if you take a look at this, you will see that Zango is already number 4 in U.S. sales. And look at the competitors. Look at the people that are ahead of us and how long they've been in business, and even the ones that are behind us. It's an incredible success story, no question about it. Yes, phase 1 was a billion-dollar brand, and we have completed phase 1. That's what I would call this. We also popped out with a new single shot that's widely popular right now. So I'm talking about phase 2 now. See, the original vision was to dominate the wellness category, and the juice took off so fast and so strong that they put that aside. But now it's time for phase 2, dominating the wellness category with the launch of Zango 365 Whole Food Nutrition. Now, I love whole food nutrition, and that is exactly what you're getting with the Zango juice. Now we're coming out with capsules of supplements, concentrated foods. Foods are the best way to get your nutrition. Your body was designed to get nutrition from food. And we have a whole food blend, and it's got an advanced chelated technology that utilizes amino acids to drive bioavailability. I'm telling you, we already, before we launch this product, we have science and research that indicates that this product is highly absorbed. And it's going to be an AM and PM for men and women, and it's going to be fantastic. Everybody is just absolutely excited. And if that's not enough, upcoming as part of our phase 2, dominating the wellness category, is Glimpse, a brand new skincare line. I'm telling you what, I am so excited about this, and I believe that Glimpse is going to be one of the greatest product launches in the history of our industry. Can you imagine that? 40 million bottles of our juice has been sold with one product. Can you imagine what's going to happen with these 2 incredible products that are coming out? And heading up the launch of this product is Beverly Hollister. And gosh, she has launched 5 major personal care brands with previous companies. Each of them did over $200 million in sales. And she's put together this Glimpse launch team. And check out 80 years of experience combined in network marketing, 116 years combined in skincare, and they have launched in the past product lines that have done over $14 billion in sales. And that's the team that is launching Glimpse. They know what they're doing. That's coming up later on in the year. What happened is Beverly was working for Zango in Japan as part of their Japan team, and bumped into this technology that is just amazing that we own. And it's basically called the Bioactive X3 Complex, and it's combining a special process using fermented soybeans to pull out the exact kinds of xanthones that we want to put in our creams here, in our Glimpse skincare product. It's going to be absolutely fantastic, and that's coming out soon. Yes, 40 million bottles, word of mouth. I mentioned this. And now we're going to take these 2 new incredible products, and we're going to add them to this existing network of distributors and take them out into the marketplace. I believe this will quickly get us to our next goal, which is $1 billion per year in the next 2 to 3 years. So before I wrap this up, let me talk to you about really how you do create wealth and what is the secret to creating wealth. I will tell you this. Everybody that is wealthy knows this, okay? And you may not know this, I'm going to tell you. The only way you can create wealth is by leveraging. You've either got to leverage your time or you've got to leverage your money. Hopefully, you can do both. And that's what you can do with Zango. So I really got this thing about leveraging when I was sitting on my deck with my son about a year or so ago. You know, he just happened to show up from Asia at the drop of a hat. We didn't have to call the boss to get permission for a time off. We popped out on the deck and we had a glass of wine. And we're sitting out there reminiscing. About a half an hour later, I popped into my office just to see what was going on. You know what that's like. Check the emails. And here I found 7 or 8 brand new members had come into our organization while we were sitting on this deck. And I was just like amazed. And when I went to tell them about it, I realized that this is the power of leverage. While we were sitting on our deck, other people were out there building their own businesses. And as they're building their business, they're helping us build ours. And so how did this work for us? We brought in over 20 people our first 6 months in the business. And now this has grown to a worldwide network. Imagine this, of 30,000 people doing close to $10 million a year, all from our home in the country. Now that is leveraged. And we have leveraged our time as thousands of those people go about and build their own businesses while they're building ours. And we've leveraged our money as those same people invest in advertising and promotion of their business. Well, they're building their business. Once again, they're building ours. There is nothing quite like it. The network marketing business model, there's nothing like it in the world. So here is the situation that most of us find us in just now. Here's a slide from last month. You know what's going on in the economy, and lots of problems out there, lots of concerns, right? So you can be involved in this very depressing downward trend in our economy, or you can be involved in something like this, and you can be working your way up this ladder. This is some average incomes from Zango, and imagine adding this to your portfolio. So, you know, I mean, gosh, if you have got 5 to say 20 hours per week, keep your job, okay? I don't want you to keep your job. Just keep your job until you can fire your boss. Zango, and think about this, Zango has paid out over $500 million in commissions in its first 5 years. And our next goal is to pay that out in a single year. So I invite you, if you've missed our first $1 billion, don't miss the next $1 billion. And so how much does it cost to get involved in this incredible opportunity? Is it $1,000? Is it $5,000? Do you have to mortgage your house? You know, do you have to rent the kids out? No. $35 to get involved. And a couple of cases of juice, you know, a few $100s, and you can have a business for yourself. So it's very economical to get involved in this business. So I'd like to thank you all for coming on our presentation today. I want you to get back to the person who brought you here, get all the details of how you can get involved. Ask about our webinars and our weekly trainings with lots of systems and support. And I'd like to thank you all for your time. This just might have been what you've been dreaming about. Make it a great day.